Hello, I am Guernsey Honore, actor, writer, and columnist with Authority Magazine. And today I have the pleasure of welcoming the amazing screenwriter, Christina Chatine. Christina, would you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Hi, I'm Christina Chatine, writer, director, DP, and actress when I feel like it.
Yes, all around great.
Thank
All
you.
right. Now, Christina, our readers would love to get to know you a little better. So can you tell us a bit of a backstory of how you grew up?
I grew up pretty good. I had a pretty great life, to be honest with you. My mother was loving, caring. My father died before I was born. I had my mother and my brother. I do have siblings on my dad's side, but I didn't meet them until I got older. Uh, Spent a lot of time with cousins and other family members. There were challenging things, that happened to me as a child, outside of my mother's control. But besides that, I believe overall I had a really great life. We might have struggled probably 2 years out of my whole lifetime that I can remember. So I remember like two Christmases or maybe one where I got nothing, and that was like devastating. But besides that, I think my life was really good.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about the passing of your dad, but everything
Thank,
else sounds amazing.
thank you.
That's good. So can you share with us a story with what brought you to this career path?
Well, to be honest, I was writing movies and putting them in a box as a child, but I thought I was gonna be a rapper. So I never thought I was going to grow up and be a writer, although I was a really great writer as
Mm-hmm.
a young person. Uh, I was walking down the street one day, to be honest. I was at my cousin's house and a lady stopped me.
Mm-hmm.
And what she said to me was, uh, is actually one of my cousin's friend's mother. And
Mm-hmm.
she really didn't even know me that well, but she just said, "Hey, I don't even know if she knew who they were, who I was."
Mm-hmm.
But she said, "Can I talk to you?" She said, "God has a message for you." I said, "Okay." And she said, "Don't you write or something? Or do something with your hands? Aren't you a writer?" I said, "Yeah." Now, when she said this, I'm thinking like, "Yeah, I'm a writer. I write movies and put them in a box, but I'm not a writer." So I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, that's your future. That's what you're supposed to be doing." At this time, I was doing nothing near that. Nowhere, no how, no way. Uh, she said this to me, and honestly, I went home and I thought about it, and it honestly changed my life. It made me become awakened to who I really was. I was already who I was, but I had no idea who I
Mm-hmm.
was. I was just a girl with dreams to be a rapper. I just swear thought I was going to be the new Salt and Pepper and Spinderella, but things changed. I was good at law, debating in class, winning debates. So there was a second I thought I was going to be a lawyer, but never a writer, even though I was a writer.
Yes. Yeah, life certainly has a way of rerounding us.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Um, all right. So can you share with us the funniest or most interesting story that occurred to you in the course of your filmmaking career?
I don't have any. Do I have any? I don't think I have any funny stories. Basically, something funny that happened or occurred in my film career.
Or something, just something interesting in general.
Well, the most interesting thing was when a major playwright, national playwright, her mother was at my stage play. I used to write stage plays at that time. And her
Mhm.
mother was like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "Can I video you?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And I was videoing, interviewing people about the play. And she was like, I was asking her what she thought about the play. And she said, this stage play is the best play that I ever seen. She said who she was, the mother of a national playwright, and she stated that I have to tell my daughter about this play. I've never seen nothing like it. And so, to be honest with you, that for me was like, wow, I got approved of by someone's famous mother. So that said everything to me. That was like the most awakening moment because she has a daughter who is amazing. in this industry. And for her mother to give me those accolades, it was like top tier.
That was great. Thank you. All
Thank
right.
you.
So now, do you have some people you think, like who would you say are have been the most interesting people that you have interacted with or work with? And do you have any stories that you would like to share about that?
The most interesting people,
Yes.
interesting would be the actors with their different personalities. But I think well, honestly, I would say the most interesting people would be the people that were the most challenging during this process, and it would be a lot of men because women in this industry, we get a lot of flack. We get a lot of. I feel like people throw us to the back. They want to use us, but they don't want to use us. So I feel like for me, interesting probably would be the men in the industry. Not all men are the same. There's some pretty dope men out here. Don't get me wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but that will probably be interesting because it's challenging to see how people treat you when those are the very people that need you or want to work with you, but at the same time, they treat you like competition. So it's kind of that would probably be interesting because I those are experiences that I never expected to have.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Well, people will be people.
yeah, they'll use you for whatever. If you allow people to use you for your work and take your work and use you and claim your work, they will.
Mm-hmm.
But that will probably be the most, to be honest with you. We as not just women, but as men, we as people, as talent, as actors, as whatever you are, you have to be careful and not allow people to just claim your work and be so desperate to be seen or to be heard that you would
Mm-hmm.
just accept anything.
Right.
So those would probably be the most interesting because those were the most challenging, to be honest. But actors are very interesting with their personalities and things like that. But I guess it would be between those things.
All right. Thank you for sharing. None of us are able to achieve success without some help along the way. Is there a particular person you are grateful towards who helped you get to where you are? Can you share a story about that?
Well, I always said whoever believes in me is gonna become very wealthy or become successful or I'm gonna make sure that they're okay at all costs. As the inflicts, that is who I'm working with now, and they believed in me and they took a chance on me, they took a risk on me,
Mhm.
and that is who I will be very thankful for, to be honest with you. Uh, I'm really that's definitely who it is. So they also have a streaming service and a lot of other great things going on as well. But taking a chance on me, I feel like that's the best thing they could ever did. I appreciate them, honestly, all due respect. I really do because it's hard in this industry to get people who genuinely want to work with you and I guess believes in you. You get a lot of people that believe in you, don't get me wrong, but to actually say, hey, I'm about to do this with you or whatever, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. So can you please share with us your favorite life lesson quote? And can you tell us how it's relevant to your life?
Dreams don't work unless you do. So it's relevant because if I don't do nothing, I don't receive nothing. And I believe whatever I want, I will accomplish as long as I put the work in. And also, metaphors, faith without work is dead. So if I want these dreams to pop off, I got to put work in them and I got to have faith that they're going to work. Because if I don't move, then they don't move. So
I love it. Dream don't work until you do. I love it.
thank you.
I am very interested in diversity in the entertainment industry. Can you share three reasons with our readers about why you think it's important to have diversity represented in film and television? And how can that potentially affect our culture?
With diversity, you mean like different nationalities and ethnicities in the film process?
Right, like different nationalities, genders, just like everything.
Diversity is real life, right? I
Mhm.
grew up with my first best friend was Caucasian, right? And I remember somebody telling me, well, you're melanin. They actually said you're black. So you need to write for black people. I said, no, I need to write what I was given to write. I need to write based on my talent, based on my thoughts, based on my reality. And my reality is I grew up with white people and melanated people and Chinese people. So I can write for everyone. And that's what I'm going to do. Diverse is your reality. Now, if I'm a melanated person and that's all I know, and I've never had any Caucasian friends, or if I'm a Caucasian person and I've never had any melanated friends, then I'm only going to write what I know. But diversity allows other people to get to know other people without their own interpretation of what other people are like. So I create films for everyone, even though, for instance, this film Narcissist doesn't have any diverse, but the topic is diverse, right? So I do have films that does have diverse characters, and those characters will show other people what some characters are like beyond what they think people are like, beyond what they're always told people are like. So I think diversity allows other people into worlds that they've never experienced. Because to be honest with you, like for instance, I'm looking for a plus size girl because I have a lead role for her, like a real super plus size girl, a big, beautiful plus size girl. But how many people are going to give her that lead role? Well, I will because that's real life. You get what I'm saying? I am looking for people. I'll take somebody in a wheelchair. Like for me, I'm going to do things that people have never done because it was my world. It was what I saw, and I'm going to write what I know versus what I'm told I should
Listen, I got nothing. Okay, I love it. I love it because
write.
I really do think that it's good for, yes, we want everybody to feel represented. When we're watching TV, like I want to see me, I want to see you, I want to see the person in the wheelchair you talked about, I want to see the bigger person. We want to see everybody. You all
Yeah,
like feel included. I
yeah,
love.
because thank you, because I actually have a role for a deaf person, and if I can't find one, I'm going to play that role because growing up, someone who's like my cousin is deaf. You get what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
have a role, a great major role for this person to play. But if I can't get somebody to play it, I can actually act that role out because I've been around, deaf people, and they are great people, and they got voices too that need to be heard. So for me, it's like I'm not just looking for people that you see on TV because everybody you see on TV is not the real world. Not knocking what we see on TV. When you look at narcissists, you'll see the girl, my main character. Most women on TV are made up with this makeup and all these things. Well, one of my main character, she starts off with no makeup on at all because I want real life characters. I am transforming real life characters what I see, and she has beautiful skin. She's pretty. I'm like, look, I don't want that weave. I don't want that makeup on you. I don't want anything on you. I want you to come to set as you. And she's gonna represent women that doesn't like to wear makeup or doesn't get made up every day, and she might want to get made up here and there. Or she might want to wear a weave here and there. There's scenes where you get to see other types of women that we melanated women stand for versus the made up women all the time because that's not reality.
I love it. All right, so our next question is, what are some of the most exciting and interesting projects you are working on now? Well, I know, but you can tell everybody else.
So Narcissist is a project that will be coming out soon. We're still filming that Narcissist. I think everybody can relate to narcissists. Even if you probably dated a narcissist, don't even know you dated a narcissist. All people have to do is look it up.
Mhm.
We also have a project called Damage that I wrote. It's really, really good. And the thing about these projects is both of these projects are wild and men are gonna love them as well. Besides that, Right now, I'm also writing some TV shows and more films to be produced. But another thing I'm looking for is writers. I'm going to put other writers on too. I'm gonna move a little different than other people because my life is not just about me. I'm gonna uh, plant some seeds all over. So I'm working on finding new talent as well, so I'm gonna make stars with actors, and I'm gonna change lives with writers. So that's the plan.
I love it. I love it. All right. So, which aspect of your work makes you most proud? And can you tell us why?
When you say aspect, I don't get it.
So like what part of like, being a writer or a filmmaker, even an actor, like what about it make you most proud? The
It
most
makes me proud to make people cry, laugh, mad, sad with my stories, to shake
hmm
you, to move you, for you to think you're gonna come in one way, but you're gonna leave out another. So to know that I can affect you is what makes me
Yes. That's
happy.
amazing. So now, if you were, this is the main question of this interview. Like, if you were to share five things, so five things I wish someone told me when I started. So if you were to share five things that somebody told you when you started, what would it be and why?
To be honest with you, although this is the most important question you have, I don't wish anybody told me anything.
No.
I'm thankful for where I am. I'm
Mhm.
thankful for what I didn't learn because what I did learn put me in a situation to make me go learn more than I would have ever learned had I learned. Who I am today is because I didn't know who I was supposed to be, because I didn't have knowledge. And when something happened to me big, and when something was done to me in the industry big or taken or whatever, it challenged me to never let that happen again. So it made me go study. It made me become who I am today. And it taught me things that I remember I was talking to someone in the industry and he was saying something to me. And I was like, I can do that. He was like, no, you can't. I was like, I can. He came back and was like, you were right, you can. So I'm glad I didn't know what I didn't know. And I'm glad I now know what I know. So there was nothing that I wish I had to do. I'm thankful for where I am today because it's where I was supposed to
Amen. That's different, but I love it, right? That's why diversity. Diversity.
be.
Okay, that's great. When you create a film, which stakeholders have the greatest impact on the artistic and cinematic choices you make? Is it the viewers, the critics, people who finance it, or is it your own personal artistic vision? And can you give us an example of what you mean?
It's my vision because these visions were given to me by the creator, right? The creator is bigger than me. So if I'm getting these receiving these visions, people challenge my visions all the time. And that's okay. But I don't follow man. I follow the creator. Now, if man got an investment in my vision, then I might have to listen to man. If man is the producer of my vision, then I have to listen to man. But if I have a say so of my vision, I'm gonna rock with my vision because my vision has never led me wrong. It's always led me down the right track. I'm open to receiving. My favorite people to receive from are the viewers. I hear the critics, but are they really critics? Have they written movies? Uh, do they Are they diverse? Have they been around white people? Have they been around melanated people? Have they been around Chinese, Indians? Like, if you're a critic, if you haven't been around everyone, to me, you're not a critic. You can't tell me about melanated people if you never had a melanated friend. You can't tell me about Caucasian people if you never had a Caucasian friend. So, in order to be a critic, to me, you need to be a critic of life first, and then you can become a critic of film. But I take the viewers, and will secondly after my own self will lead me right because what they love, what they don't like matters to a certain extent, right? I know that they'll tell me the truth before my family who'll say, "Oh my God, you're great, you're amazing." Do I believe I'm great and amazing? Yeah, but a viewer will tell me more personable things that a family member may not feel the
Mhm.
the want or desire to say. So I take viewers second. I take critics last. But I love the critics. I do love the critics because
Mhm.
critics can get you to the next level. They can move you up in the world. So I do love the critics. But if it's a fair critic, if it's a critic of life who's experienced other people, who's been around other people, because sometimes people put out things because of their own personal feelings, not personal views. The difference. And I've seen people do that.
Mm.
So with that being said, I gotta rock with the creator first. The
Yeah.
creator who gave me the visions and everything else can fall under. But I am good at listening to people. I'm good at receiving people. I'm good at taking what people say and saying, yeah, no, whatever.
Mhm.
Because I care about what people say. But I
Mhm.
don't get so caught up in it because as a female in the industry, you can be led wrong. As I told you, we get treated real differently. But lately, I think there's some really pretty great people out there that's doing some great things that actually care about us now. And it wasn't like that at first, especially being melanated. It wasn't like that at first. But now I'm starting to see some changes. So I'm starting to feel people and I'm starting to feel good energy. And I'm starting to feel happy about what I see. People have reached out to me and people have been really good to me. So I'm starting to feel a little different versus the turtle shell that I was in. Like, no, like you're not for me. So now I'm more open to receiving what I'm getting because it's more love than what it used to
That's great.
be.
Okay, so you are a person of great influence. If you could start a movement that would bring the most amount of good to the most amount of people, what would you be? What would that be?
It's the pay it forward movement. I do for you, you do for somebody else. I've already started that movement. It's small, but it's gonna grow. I help you, you just make sure you help somebody else. Sometimes I'm in line, I pay for the food behind me, hoping that they pay for the food behind them, or later on they feel inspired to pay for somebody in line. I give money to people sometimes, like, hey, look, I don't really have it like that right now, but you just make sure you do it for somebody else.
Mhm.
Or, like even in this film industry, I plan to help writers. I'm gonna help you. You go pull somebody else up. Actors, I help you. You help somebody else. It's a chain of command. Whatever seeds I plant, I'm expected to them to grow and blossom and take over. So it will be the pay it forward movement.
I love it. In the words of Denzel Washington, each one reach one. You know, I love it. I love
Yes,
it. Okay.
yes.
We are very blessed. Some of the biggest names in business, VC funding, sports, and entertainment read this column. If there is a person in the world or someone in the US whom you would love to have a private breakfast or lunch with, who would it be? You never know. They may see it.
It would be 50 Cent.
Really?
Yes, and as crazy as he is, he say the craziest foolery. And sometimes I be like, shut up. But I respect 50 Cent so much. I sit and I watch his moves, I watch his actions. He's a beast, period. Hands down. He's a businessman. I read his book and I learned, and I'm learning. Sometimes you got to sit in a room. You ain't got to be the biggest voice. You can just listen. You get what I'm saying? You could just listen. You could just learn. And that would be, I will pick his brain. That would be, I would get advice on what I could do to be greater than what I already am. I would also pass the script along like 50, you need me on your team. So hey, like because I know that in 10 pages, 50 Cent will be like, girl, read them scripts over here. So because I can offer him something that he doesn't have already, and he can offer me something that I don't have already. Uh, I just think 50 Cent is what you call greatness. And you like, really? Yes, really, because 50 Cent is that deal. He's a very good businessman. When he put his show out, nobody believed in him, right?
Hmm.
People said, no, 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 no. He said, okay. I take $1, not literally, but I take this little low change. Go ahead, just put the show out. They put his show out and look at it today because he bet on himself. And that's what I'm doing. I'm betting on myself. You get what I'm saying? That's
That's
why I said when it's my vision, my teacher told me, and it was a Caucasian lady to be that. She said, you give no warnings with your work. I said, oh, well, I can change it up because you said I can write whatever I want, but I'll slow it down. She said, no, you're the reason why. She said, you are the first person that ever made me feel like getting up and coming to class every day. I actually look forward to coming to class and see your work. And she taught me a lot of things about my work and told me things that would happen and the things that she said would happen. Good and bad has been happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So uh, that's why I vibe 50 Cent so much because my teacher said, always bet on yourself. Always don't let nobody push you in a background because you're great. My teacher gave me life, basically. She fed life into me. And 50 Cent, I feel like his life, despite the little messy stuff he does it, but I don't think he means any harm by it, to be honest with you. So despite the little things that he do, I think that he really cares to bring visions to life, to help other people, and that's what I'm about. And I think I can learn. I know that I can learn a lot from 50 Cent. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
So, but let me clarify. There's nothing wrong with 50. When I said really, the way I said it, I could tell you why. So I love 50 Cent too, right? Like I
Okay.
remember when I was growing up, I was like I knew 50 Cent songs. I knew the lyrics. I used to literally sit down and write them down. Now, granted, now that I'm older, I'm like, man, I was like saying some stuff I shouldn't be saying at my age. But
Yeah.
I don't know, it was catchy. And I was saying it, and I think my parents probably didn't even know what I was rapping about. So they didn't care because they weren't listening to the words. You're not really listening to the words. It's just good.
No.
You're
Yeah.
vibing, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, so then in his movie, Get Rich or Die Trying. I've seen that so many times. It's crazy. Like I don't even count anymore. And then
Oh,
Power, I love that show. In fact, this is why I said really, because I was just talking to a friend recently, and I'm like, because I took a break from acting, different life stuff
oh.
going on. And I was like, now that I'm starting to like submit for projects again, I said, I'm gonna submit for Power. It's right next door because I live in Jersey.
Girl, that's what I'm talking. Look, hook me up when you get on there. Look, I got 10 pages for you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna submit for fire. It's like right next door, like just go across the bridge.
Yes.
So when you said that, I was like, real. I was literally was talking about 50 yesterday. So, I didn't mean it in a bad way. I love him too. He's
No, I don't think you meant it bad. I thought you meant it shockingly. Like, really? 50
yeah,
Cent?
yeah. And two, I think like I just wasn't expecting because you didn't even think about it. It was like 50, like you already knew. So it's also like, really? You said it so fast. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's
50 Cent.
talented.
Look, I'm sending you great energies. You go get on that show and just call me when you're ready. I got the script. You go.
Maybe
Look, I
we
can
should
write you
tag
some
50
roles
to this
too.
video, huh?
You said what happened?
I said maybe we should tag him when I release the article.
Yeah, you should because look, I would change 50 Cent life and he would change mine. My writing will change his life. And
Yeah.
he would change mine because his business sense and you always got that person you want to learn from, and who to learn from is somebody that's where you want to be, that's bigger than what you are. Right? He's
Mhm.
bigger than what I am right now, temporarily, but you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
right.
You know,
So 50 Cent,
interestingly
like yes,
enough, I have
uh,
a friend, Facebook friend, we've never met in person, who had a part in Power Book 5.
wow,
And then today he had posted about it like months ago, but I saw it today and I actually liked it today. I was like, oh, and people were commenting and telling him congrats and stuff. And he posted like pictures of the trailer and like the title card and everything. So like anyway,
it's
just
your confirmation.
yes, yeah, that's why I was so shocked. I'm like, wow, you really,
Yes,
But
really.
anyway, maybe it is confirmation. So
Yes.
we should go both try to go beyond power together. Maybe we could be
No,
sisters.
we gonna be. We're not gonna try. We go, and it don't even have to be power. One of those shows, because he got more to come. You already know he's dropping something. He gonna come up with something new. So we gonna get on something. I'm gonna
Yes,
write on something. You gonna act on something. We gonna be
yes,
there. And
yes,
whoever gets that first, pull the other person up.
yes. I love it. I love it. All right. So, how can our readers further follow you online?
Screenwriter on Instagram. Screenwriter Christina. When you put Christina in, it should say it will pop up Christina Chatine, but screenwriter, no spaces, Christina Christina Chatine Chatine. I also have Christina Christina Chatine Chatine entertainment on Instagram. So whatever way you want to follow, just follow it out. I might follow you back.
Yeah, thank you. Well, Christina, this was amazing. I had such a good time just like chatting up with you and us bonding over 50. You know? That was
That's
good. That
crazy,
was
right? That
good.
look, I believe in the word. I swear I believe in when you hear something more than once, like, hey,
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it really is confirmation. Yeah.
yeah, I believe that. I really believe that. So all you gotta do is believe it too. And then as
Yes.
they say, when it's more than two of the power of one. So
Yes.
hey,
Yes.
yeah,
I love it.
I do you too.
I love it. Now, do you have an expected date yet to release the movie or
So
not?
we're looking to do a premiere in October. That's
Okay.
the goal, to do a premiere in October.
Mm-hmm.
It should be on streaming. I'm praying between October, November, and December, but it should be on streaming sometime this year.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, thank you again. It was great having you. Thank you for your advice. Thank you for just being like, just like open and honest and different in your opinion. That's what we're looking for, right?
Oh
Diversity.
wow. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you. And I want to. Can I give a shout out?
Yes.
I want to shout out to Wealthy Films for distribution of our project. So shout out to Wealthy Films. Shout out to SDF Flicks. And I thank you for having me here. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. All
Okay,
right. Until then.
bye.
Bye.